Tensions are rising between the villagers of Deertassing and basically only the abbot of Kersau Abbey. And the abbot is trying to recruit me to drive a wedge between Otto and basically everyone else so they won't rise up and stand up against all the injustices that the abbot is heaping on them. Kind of already sounds like I've taken a side, and I probably already have. But tonight it's St. John's Eve, where we're dancing around a bonfire instead. I still don't know how the hell this woman sees anything with that bucket on her head. I'm surprised she hasn't jumped into the fire yet. Also, there was another guy up here. There he is. He looks weird. Hello, Carl. Evening, Andreas. Say, how do you like the bonfire? We built it nice this year. Big and sturdy. You have a spoon in your hat. Did you always have a spoon in your hat? I don't remember that. You know, it's a fine setup, Carl. Excellent work. I know we can't compare to where you come from, but we still give it our all in celebration of the light who prepared the way for our Lord, which would be John the Baptist. Anton, you remember Andreas Mahler, the master artist? Yeah, I've seen him around town. Son, be polite. Hello, Master Mahler, how are you? I am well, thank you, young man. Anton's a good boy, let me tell you. A bit of a rascal, as you can see, but he's got a good head and a good heart. Likes to hide it, though. Dad, will you stop? It's easy to rile you up, just like your mother. So how is Helena? Is she not attending the bonfire? Yeah, she'll join us later. She went with Martha to dip their toes into the stream and to pick some flowers for the garlands and wreaths. Who is Martha? Oh. Right, your daughter. I forgot about her. Dip their toes into the stream in the forest. I hope nothing happens because the abbot has forbidden them to use the forest for anything. Also, I forgot to say, hey, you, welcome back to Pentiment. Episode 11, part 11, whatever you want to call it. I got way too into this immediately. It's important to hold to traditions. Traditions. Yes, hold to traditions, but don't be a slave to them. I mean, I gotta ask, wreaths dipping into the stream, aren't these more pagan customs? Also, who cares, but I wanna know. And not so, Master Andreas, not Master Andreas. Saint John the Forerunner walks the streets at night, blessing any door with a wreath on it. Isn't he, like, dead? How can he walk around at night? You know, he can't. It's like a figure of speech. Ah, the saints have powers beyond us mortals. Andreas here has had his big city education ruffle his faith a little bit. Oh, yeah, sure. My apologies. Yeah, we honor them so they can meditate between us and the Almighty. It's why we have the feasts and celebrations. Well, speaking of, what do you think of the festival so far, Anton? Nah, it's fine, I guess. I like the fires when they are lit. The mountains get to twinkle, like the stars. Oh. I don't like when people get drunk and rowdy as the night goes on. They get into fights and all. Yeah, if you can't hold your drink, just leave it out. Oh, anyone in particular? Yeah, well, not as much lately, but Martin used to get in trouble. Used to? Do you remember that? Because he's only been back for 1 year, then he was gone for 6, so you were kinda young. But again, some memories do last basically forever. Anton's got a good eye. Martin has been a solid fellow once he came back, but he sometimes drinks too much. He's calmed down a lot lately. You know, he used to be kind of a shit. Language, boy. God doesn't look kindly on blaspheming. Yeah, but those are your words, Dad. Best you don't quote me. Quote the scripture instead. It's better for your soul. Yeah. Do as I say, not do as I do. Yeah. Although he kind of... Oh, you listen to your father, Anton. This will be remembered. What? No. I did... whatever. I will. I do. Jesus. Hey, what did I just say? Don't let your mother catch you with that mouth. Well, I will let you get back to the festivities now. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Until later, Andreas. Bye. I think I spoke with you? Did I speak to Till? I definitely spoke with Till. How about Il Peter? Good evening, Andreas. Nice to see you here. Grandpa, look who it is. Oh, the artist. You're still around? I thought to stay and enjoy the festivities. You call this a festival? You haven't seen nothing yet. Oh, you're not going to tell the story again, are you? You kids need to learn it by heart, else Porsta will run you down. Persta. Not Porsta, but Persta. Ah, this is about the wild hunt. Yes, it draws near. Heed my warning. Oh, Grandpa, you're getting agitated again. It's not good for your health. God, nonsense. I can outlive any bastard out there. Can you? Really? So, where was I? The wild hunt? I didn't want to click that, but sure, the wild hunt? Yes! Did you bring your mask? No, sorry. Ha! Put your life in danger for all I care. The masks are to protect us as we banish the witches and spirits into Pasta's path. She punishes all humans she finds in the woods on St. John's Eve, since only witches are out in the wilderness. So, basically everyone in the village then, because you're all going out into the forest? Anyone caught will be turned into animals. Everyone, Stalfus, everyone. No one but a priest can then turn you back. A priest of Perchta then, I guess. Well, I guess I can imagine a worse punishment. You joke, artist, but you won't be laughing when Perchta finds you. Stay indoors tonight. If you want to come outside, stay within the light of St. John's fire. At least St. Satya blesses the herbs in the forest this night. And the women will gather the herbs, regardless of that bastard abbot, and they will all be seen as witches, and they will all be turned into animals, because this doesn't really make sense. Unless, if you're wearing a mask, then Perchta sees that you're not a witch. Are you supposed to wear an animal mask? Maybe I should have actually looked at that wild hunt thing. It is certainly important to stockpile some for the winter. Herbs, not bastards. Thank you for teaching me more about local traditions. Nah. Hey, Big Jorg. You grab some of those ashes with you after the bonfire has died down. Fine. What are the ashes for? It's to spread across the garden. Ensures a good harvest. Figures you city people don't know shit. Oh, don't be like that, Grandpa. No, that story time is over. How are you enjoying the evening so far, Andreas? You know, I've spoken to a few other people here. It's very enlightening, without the half sarcasm. It's the best time to spend time with your friends. Have you heard anything interesting? Oh, you want some gossip, do you? God, gossip. You two are like that burner in the forest. Smokey, that's the one. Yep, that's him. He's currently living there alone since Varslav went away. Always nosy about other people. Yes, I've also been invited to have dinner with the abbot. I guess the talking never stops. P.S. is kind of an ass. It'll be an interesting discussion, I'm sure. We've already been to the dinner, though, Andreas. Are you senile? We just came from the dinner, so it was an interesting discussion, although he didn't paint the abbot in a very good light. We've already been there, Andreas. Was this some kind of holdover from game development? Were you supposed to have dinner with the abbot after this? Or am I supposed to talk to Peter before I go to the dinner? We're gonna label you forgetful. That fits with me. Forgetful is what he is. Maybe you can talk some sense into Father Gurno. He's not making it easy for us. For any of us. It's not like we're asking for much. I will do what I can, even though I've already had the dinner and he tried to drive a wedge between basically the printer and the Otto and everyone else. All we can ask. I really did try to talk some sense into him. It didn't reach him. Because he's hellbent on... hellbent. An abbot. He has this whole... Well, we need money and we own everything around here and it is our God-given right to do whatever we want to, so he's not actually very Christian in that regard. I guess I shouldn't keep you then. You have an important meeting to attend, which I've already been to. You're right, I can't keep the abbot waiting too long, but I've already been there until later. Oh, we've taken a lot of your time, haven't we? Don't forget to enjoy the night's celebrations. Huh. See, that was weird. Because again, I've already been there. Vanna. Andreas. Salutations! You must be that illustrious artist. Balthasar Eisenkopf. Pleasure to meet you. But call me Baltus, please. It's much more familiar. It's a little bit fast to be calling you something familiar. But sure. Master Andreas Mahler. I'm pleased to meet you. Yes, you're Mahler, we all know. Let's cut the long-winded pleasantries. Could you behave yourself for one conversation? This is the one conversation we've ever had, so we're not gonna say this. What brings you to Tassing, Baltus? Balthasar here decided to stay in this god-forsaken town for whatever unfathomable reason after his cart broke. Well, it's not unfathomable. I enjoy the calming vistas, the peace and quiet. It's been neither lately. You mean with what Otto and the peasants have been saying? Of course, that's what I mean. What else would I be talking about? You've gotten slow in your old age, Mahler. Fuck you, and what is it you do, Baltus? He's an inventor. Of sorts. I make all manner of mechanical contraptions. For all the use it is. You really are kind of a douchebag, aren't you? The mind of the inventor exists to create, to build, to go one step further. One step further towards the garbage heap. A very inspiring thought, Baltus. Don't feed the trolls. Ignore them. Why, I thank you, Master Artist. Speaking of, have you had the chance to look around town tonight? I imagine the sight could also be inspiring to your artistic mind. Well, yes, Tassing certainly looks cheerful with the decorations and the bonfire. Indeed. Look at their peasant ingenuity. Consider the bonfire itself. It is built to allow the air and the heat to flow through it at great speed. And how it roars. Crackling fire is kind of a soothing sound. It is a clever piece of construction, but Otto is also a clever man. It is a feat almost worthy of an university degree. These people have natural traditions. They have managed to figure out many clever things without even the most cursory education. Yes, that can happen. Sometimes, aren't there things the ancient people did without our education that we still can't replicate? It is knowledge that hails from preceding generations, lived experience passed along the chain of time. Not quite the knowledge of a rigorously educated mind, perhaps, but nonetheless useful. Yes, you don't need a university education to be smart. Which is true. I guess, yes, you don't need a university education to be smart, because otherwise we would never have, you know, gone beyond the whole Stone Age, Bronze Age thing. I mean, these days, maybe you need a university education if you kind of want to find out more about the innermost workings of space and such things, and maybe how to build a rocket and stuff. But yeah, you don't need a university education to be smart. You can be smart without it. Of course, you would say that. Neither of you know these people like I do. God has assigned them their place in the order of the world for good reason. There is some merit in learning from the peasants. Even you, Werner, given their understanding of herbal remedies. Their traditions are profane. Consider the Eve of St. John, tainted by their pagan rituals. It's an affront to Christ. Saint Eligius warned against precisely this nearly 1,000 years ago. Saint Eligius, patron saint of goldsmiths, Bishop of Noyon Tunai, wherever the hell that is, worked tirelessly to convert the pagans of Flanders to Christianity. So where did this newfound piety come from? Don't pretend to know anything about me. I've been on the pilgrimage to Aachen, which is located at the western edge of the Rhineland. Aachen is an ancient city built around thermal baths. It houses the remains of Charlemagne as well as many other relics. Charlemagne of the Franks, yeah? I have visited the Marian shrine and stood in the presence of those holy relics. Is that the shrine to Maria? An ornate golden reliquary in Aachen Cathedral. It holds the swaddling clothes and loincloth of Jesus, the Virgin Mary's dress, and the decapitation cloth of John the Baptist. That's kind of macabre. The decapitation. Oh, okay. Then relics are weird. So To be in the presence of St. John the Baptist's beheading cloth was an experience I will never forget. Let's learn more about John the Baptist. Prophet and forerunner of Jesus Christ, as his name suggests, he was responsible for baptizing Jesus. He was beheaded at the command of Herod Antipas. Yeah, I've seen the reliquary several times on my visits to Antwerp. Yeah, it seems to have done you little good. Perhaps you should visit again. Now, let us keep peace in our hearts as brothers in Christ. We are here to celebrate. I will let you continue with your evening then. Good night. Baltus, Werner, go fuck yourself. Very good night. Oh, and do come by my workshop, Master Mahler. I would love to exchange ideas. It would be my pleasure. Splendid. Until then. Mahler, asshole. What we're really here to do is get Caspar. Master Andreas, look at how big the bonfire is. The decorations are so fancy. You know, the St. John's Eve festival is a big event for Tassing. I missed it the last time I was here. Haven't you ever been to a festival like this, Caspar? No, I've never seen anything like this. Or like this. Can I stay at the bonfire and see the costumes and watch them collect herbs, Master Mahler? Please? Alright, but follow along and don't get in their way. Me, I'm too tired for the festival. I think I'll just turn in for the night. Yes, I promise I won't make trouble. I'll see you tomorrow, Master. Go to bed. That is my plan. But before I go to bed, I kind of want to look into the forest to see if there are people there. Oh, and they did fix the wall. I see. Yes, let's go to the forest. Let's anger the abbot, because the abbot can go screw himself. Is Smokey here? Of course Smokey's here. Does Smokey have anything to say? Evening, Master Mahler. You're not taking part in the festivities? Yeah, and you know, I came to ask you the same thing. I didn't see you at the bonfire. I imagine it would be a great chance to gather some gossip. Ha! Plenty of gossip to go around if one keeps their eyes open in the forest tonight. It's an enchanted evening. As for your question, I get enough fire and smoke as it is. And decent folk don't like to associate with my kind. Even as they like the charcoal, they hate the burner. Other than Endris. He occasionally comes by, but I guess he has to keep good relations for his trade. This would be the blacksmith. Yep. See you. People are fools. Yeah, true, but it doesn't matter. I don't care. I've made my peace with the matter. For me, it's a night like most others. I prefer staying sober and observing the townsfolk. Easier to get all the gossip for the year to come, you know? Besides, I reckon I'm growing too old for mischief. Best let others run around in their silly costumes. You know, I think you still have some youth in you. Oh, like the sun rises to its highest point every year, so my back grows ever more crooked. But I appreciate you coming by. I wish you a pleasant evening, Master Mahler. Well, until later. Until then. Smokey's a good dude. He's a good egg. He's a nice fella. He's fun to be around. Is anyone at the shrine of Saint Satia? Nope. Let's go to the waterfall. Is anyone fishing? Hello, Helena? Martha? God bless you, Andreas. Martha? Hi. Salt mine. So they are already here picking herbs. So they are... I hope the abbot doesn't find them. I hope the abbot and his cronies stay far, far away. I mean, that they're not even allowed to go in here and gather sticks. For reasons? Without paying money for it? Or even then, I think they're completely forbidden from the forest. Although I do kinda... I remember something about a fee to use the forest. Maybe I got information crossed. But I think they actually have to pay for it. Freaking greedy bastards. Then again, it's the old-timey church. Let's just go to bed. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Go to sleep. Let's see if something happens during this day's comp line. Comp line. The sin of Saul and the Philistines. And no, we're gonna have a dream. I remember this. And we're gonna walk around the weird labyrinthine city again? Yes, we are, and this is a proper labyrinth. One way into the middle. You can only walk one way. Like we said before. Just gonna check if there's anything that triggers around. The Minotaur labyrinth, he would have been able to come out. To get out. There was no need for the whole ball of yarn and leave a string behind. Now, if it was in a maze, different story. Then yes. Although mazes are kinda easy to get out of also. Just keep going one direction. Just say left. And then you always go left. Eventually you will find your way out. Because there are only so many paths to go. Oh, Sabine, hello. What is it? Wait. Come home. I will, soon. You're lying. Sometimes I think you must despise me. But maybe it's worse than that. Maybe I'm nothing to be regarded at all. I don't even know you. I don't know your problems. Do you have marital problems? I don't know what's happened. What am I to you now? An annoyance? A bother? A nuisance to be ignored while you lead another life in Barcelona? Was there ever an ounce of love in your heart for me? Oh, this has implications as much as you had for me. Was there an ounce of love? Sure, of course there was. But no longer. You know, I hate talking to you when you're like this. You hate everything about me. No, I don't hate you. You don't love me. Well, just because you don't love someone doesn't mean you hate them. You can feel a lot of things. It doesn't matter. Go back to your books, the only things that make you happy. This house is so lonely without him. Oh, okay, so basically kind of confirmation that they had a child and the child passed. Okay. Stop. Your presence would only amplify the grief. Stop! Leave me alone. Leave me alone with the memory of him. Stop! Just leave me alone, just for one night. One night where I don't have to dream about him. Please. Ah, thank you. Okay, so they had a son. The son died. Was it an accident or was it probably some sort of illness? That would be him, I guess. August. You painted November and you named your son August. Okay. Hello, August. What am I supposed to do? Just wait here with you? I suppose I can do just that. Just pass the night in silence with you. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything for you. I suppose there's not much one can do against plague. They passed away in the plague. Do you get tired where you are? The last time I saw you, I said good night to you. I couldn't come to the bed, so I stood in the doorway. I just stood in the dark. You didn't say anything back, so I said it again. I don't know how long I stood there. Just waiting for you to say good night. You still look the same age to me. I wonder if I'll ever forget your face. Unfortunately, you will. It'll take a few years, but probably more than 7 years for you, but eventually you will get there. And it's kind of horrible, but there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah. Do I remember your mother as she is? I mean, I remember loving her. Ooh, can you ever picture someone clearly if you love them, or can you ever picture someone clearly if you hate them? Can you ever picture someone clearly if you love them? Because I'm gonna go with we had some measure of love for Sabine at least. Ah, I loved you, little boy. I loved you so much. Sometimes I wish I could die so I wouldn't feel it anymore. I know that feeling. Not for a child, but for others. But I can't. So I retrace my steps every night. And I find my way back to her. Back to you. I love you, August. Good night. Well, damn. Oh, what happened to this place? Oh, yeah, because we used to have someone here, monarch, king, bishop, someone. Then we had the devil, or the jester. We had Socrates over here, and then we had whoever she was supposed to be up here. Yeah, so what happened to this place? Where's Prester John? He's the one who used to sit here. Prester? Sure. What is a Prester? I need to know. Prester John, even. Legendary Christian patriarch, presbyter, and king. Okay. The meaning of Prester is a venomous snake. Really? I think we'll go with, yeah, Prester John. And where are Socrates and Saint Grobian? That was his name. Grobian wasn't on the ship of fools. Melancholia? Okay. Won't you answer me? No thoughts for Beatrice? Well, you are Beatrice, aren't you? You look kind of similar. Once, I was a voice of caution, of prudence. And now? More and less than caution, the ache of doubt that stiffens to paralysis. Paralysis that breeds despair. Melancholia. What happened to you? What happens to you happens to us. Oh. Andreas is not well then. The foundations of this city are still moored within the ocean of your mind. Its court does not rule your mind rules the court. Once reason, curiosity, and the foolishness of youth dwelt under the aegis of your intellects. I am all that remains, the melancholy of life's autumn. But it's only June. Oh, dude. How did it come to this? You have turned your gaze to your own dark center. You know the courses of your own life. You know how the choices you've made have brought you here. So what am I supposed to do about it now? Also, your wings are tied, I just noticed. So you're kind of stuck here. Change your life. Easier said than done. Wait, I shouldn't be here. I needed to help someone. Is Caspar alright? I mean, just because it's underlined, I'm gonna look at it, but we know who Caspar is. What do you mean needed to help someone? Caspar was... He was gonna spend some time at the festival. You don't need to help someone. We don't even know who's in danger. Someone's gonna be in danger because of the vision, but we don't know who, or why, or what, or when, or where, or how, or anything. Ah, so your thoughts aren't entirely turned inward. There is still something in you that cares for others in spite of your melancholy. Perhaps there is still hope for us. Wake up, Andreas. Huh? In the middle of the night. Number 5, St. John's Eve. It is now St. John's Eve. Find Caspar. See, I found Caspar at the bonfire, but he asked to stay and watch the festivities. I didn't see any issue with it, so I just told him to come back before it got too late. I should turn in for the evening and let the locals enjoy their celebration. Which we have. Now it's Compline, hour 23, so we've been sleeping for 3 hours, about. I had another dream where I traveled to the ideal city. I had conversations with Sabine and August again. I found the court almost abandoned, occupied only by listless fools and the towering presence of melancholia. She gave me a warning about my life, and I awoke to find that Caspar was not in his bed. I need to go find him in case he's become too caught up in the St. John's Eve celebrations. You should probably get a change of clothes too. Or are you gonna walk around in your jammies? We are walking around town in our jammies. That sounds cold, even if it's June. Well, back to the town it is. Can also go to the forest. There's a lot of commotion tonight. It sounds like everyone's gone to the woods. Yes, forest. Which is where I was thinking of going. Oh, hello, people. Having fun and drinking. Smokey is nowhere to be found. Maybe he's sleeping in his little tree stick hut. It's kind of a nice mask. Oh, there's Kaspar. Kaspar? Master Andreas, what are you doing out here? Kaspar, thank God. I was worried when you didn't come back. Where have you been? No, I was at the bonfire with Killian, but I heard a ruckus from deeper in the woods. I left to go see what it was. Killian would be you. I do not remember whose kid you are. Anton was Carl's. Killian could be the ones who lived on the outskirts, maybe? Or is that where Carl lived? I don't remember who Killian was, sorry. Oh, hello. Father Gurno? What are you doing out here? I was chasing one of the townsfolk, but lost track of the costumed buffoon. The forest is off limits. I will figure out who's breaking the rules and excommunicate them myself. Well, oh shit. What was that? Someone is screaming in town. They are really taking this nonsense too far this year. I think something bad has happened, Father Gurno. I mean, aren't these basically the same? Let's go back to town and see what's happened. Let's go back to town together and see what that noise was. Let's go back to town and see what's happened. Because we're all going together anyway. Meeting at the shrine. Found Kaspar safe and sound at Saint Satia's shrine, but Father Gurno arrived shortly after to denounce the townsfolk for entering the forest. See, they're not even allowed to enter the forest. The abbot's ranting was interrupted by a scream that sounded like it came from town. We're going to investigate. Me and my jammies. Okay, I am only allowed to go to town. I'll go here. Whoa. That was a big person with flowers. Huh, I've never seen these flowers before. I wonder where they found them. Keep it, it's evidence. Who was that running off anyway? It's too hard to tell who's who in these stupid costumes. You know, we can worry about that later. Let's check on the town first. Otto. Werner, is he dead? Yes, I'm afraid so. Someone released the rope. The platform crushed him. What? How did this happen? He just said someone released the rope and the platform crushed him. Altus and Lenhart and I heard the crash and stepped outside to see what had happened. Right, and then we saw a figure in a costume running off from the rat house. It must have been whoever released the rope. And what were you doing during all of this, Lenhart? Enjoying a light meal with these gentlemen. Ah, what a shame you can't blame me for this, Peter. Kaspar, look to see if Otto had a note. Huh? Do it. Do it. Of course he's gonna have a note. No, Master, there's nothing. Are you certain? It could be under the blocks. What were you expecting? I was expecting him to have a note. I'm not sure, to be honest. My god! Oh, right, shit. Ava and child. Otto! No, no. You. The abbot must have killed him. The bastard always had it out for Otto. We all knew it. Uh-oh. We need answers. Me. How dare you? I won't just stand here and be accused of such a foul act by a peasant. Yeah. Yeah, run. That makes you look less guilty. Go after him. Wait, no, the abbot was with us. He's innocent. He was with us. I mean, must have been... Yeah, he couldn't have set that on a timer or anything. So yeah, that's right. There's no way he could have killed Otto. Grab the artist and the boy too. We'll get to the bottom of this. Gaspar, run! Yeah. Oh, shit. To the abbey! Tensions are high indeed. Hello! Brothers! To the library, now! Well for us! They ran through the church, this way! Hilfe! Wait for us! Help! Let us in! They've locked the door! Andreas, get out of the way. Otto's death demands justice. The abbot couldn't have killed Otto. He was with us when we found the body and when we heard the scream and someone ran past us. Someone big. Big Jorg? That's true, he did arrive with you, but you don't know where he was before that. Now do you, Andreas? Who else would want to kill Otto? Coward! Killer! Andreas, move! This is just bad because they're just gonna shove me out of the way or kill me. I need to try and reason with them, even if maybe words will come through. If you have to go, no, the real killer will get away. I don't like his stance any more than you, but violence is not the answer here, Peter. I wouldn't choose both of these. Maybe say this, try and see that I'm on his side, see if that pierces through, because he's in a blood-filled rage right now. Now, I don't like his stance any more than you, but violence is not the answer here, Peter. No mercy, faces, he's a monster. If those monks don't come out, we'll set fire to the whole place and cook them. Well, this is stone, so good luck. You've all gone mad! That's not helping, dude. That is not helping. Even if you don't trust the abbot, trust me. I swear he wasn't the one to do it. He was with me. I'm not gonna stake my life on that. I'm not gonna swear he could have something to do with it. Even if he didn't pull the rope, he could have, you know, masterminded it. So no. Look, Gurno wasn't the only one who disagreed or disliked Otto. There must be someone else who killed him, but they won't be able to see that right now, so this one. You all have good reasons to hate the abbot, but he is not the culprit here, which is kind of the same as this one, except I don't swear by it. It doesn't seem like the abbot could really kill Otto, does it? Ah, fine, damn it. You've got 1 day to find whoever you think is the real killer, Andreas. Otherwise, we will come back for the abbot. Andreas, all I want is justice for my husband. Please, you must find the murderer. Eva, Otto was a good man. I will not stop until I find who killed him. I only have 1 day though, and it's all... Oh, we're already going all the way to nuns. 1 day? The peasants are really convinced that Gurno killed Otto, but it was impossible. Yeah, Peter's temper got in the way. The abbot is an easy target because he was at odds with Otto and his cause, and all the other underlying reasons. Master, Peter was furious. He's only giving you a day to find the murderer. Why did you even agree to find who really killed Otto anyway? It didn't turn out well last time, did it? Why do it again? Because someone has to do something, and I couldn't let them... Because Gurno would never give up. I couldn't let them try and cook all the other brothers. No, everyone deserves justice, Caspar. That's the reason we have a justice system, even though it sometimes is extremely corrupt. But everyone deserves justice. You have a good heart, Master Andreas. So, who do you think did it then? Where do we even start? I have no fucking clue. We should talk to Lenhart. He always hated the peasants and supported the abbot. He was very vocal against Otto in the town commons the other day. You know, even if it didn't kill Otto, we might know who else had the motivation to do it. Oh, what about Martin Bauer? When we saw him talking to Otto, they seemed to be arguing over something. That sounds familiar. It's not very likely, though. Martin did support Otto and the peasants. Yeah, let's not let my thoughts and feelings about people get in the way. Let's not let my feelings cloud my judgments of people. It would be worth talking to Martin to see what they were discussing. He might have an idea of who would want to kill Otto. Good idea. Who else? The abbot, Martin, Lenhart. We've not really seen anyone else who had some kind of something against Otto. I was thinking about a widow. Sure, she didn't have anything against Otto. But I think she kind of maybe hates the abbot. I get the feeling she does. So she could have done it to try to frame him. That could be a motive. I'm sure we can find some other suspects. We'll have to do some more investigating to find out who the murderer is, but we had better move fast. Could the murderer confess to Father Thomas? No. Okay, well, maybe. Even if the murderer did, Father Thomas is bound by the seal of confession. He won't tell us. Are we so sure? But we're gonna go with that. Sure. However, we could eavesdrop on confessions. Since St. John's Eve just happened, the townsfolk will all come in to confess. Oh yeah, one of the townsfolk might have heard something anyway. That's a good place to start. We could also ask around at the Golden Hand, which would be the inn. People will tell outsiders anything that might have heard something we missed. What about the person who ran by us in the forest? They were wearing these flowers. I've never seen them before. Yeah, the yellow ones? Yeah. Right, we have to find the source of those flowers in the woods. That might give us some connection, some sort of connection to the killer. The flower might have a medicinal use. Someone with medical knowledge in Tassing might know where it grows. So, first thought Werner, but he's kinda dismissive towards herbal remedies. Helena! Because we saw her picking flowers with Martha. Why do you know that name? Yes. We should ask them, but who would have that knowledge? Helena. Those I know with such background are Brother Florian, Sister Gertrude, Agnes Steinauerin, and Werner Stoltz. Sure, let's ask around here first. We have a lot of good places to start. Even though time is short, we have a good chance at finding the real killer. You're so positive, Andreas. I think this is going to be way more difficult. Let's get to work. Yellow flower. Since we're at the Abbey, might as well start talking with the sisters and Brother Florian. Florian, Gertrude, Agnes, and Vanna. Gertrude. I don't remember which one Gertrude is. That's Sophie. I'm only gonna talk to the people I need to talk to. Gertrude. God bless you, Andreas. Well, God bless you, Sister Gertrude. Do you have a spare moment? I have an herbal question. An herbal question, or if you're more European, a herbal question. Oh, Master Mahler, I would be delighted. You know I always have time for my plants. How can I help you? Well, do you recognize these flowers or know where they might grow? Oh yes, they're local flowers. We call these marsh marigolds. They grow near the shrine of Saint Satia in the forest outside the monastery. Not mercenary, but the monastery. Their petals are wonderful for all sorts of aches and pains, but these look so dry already. So they've been picked a while ago? Oh, sorry, Sister Gertrude, but we really must be off. Thank you very much for your help. Of course, of course. God bless you, Andreas. Yeah, involved in solving another murder. Father Gunnar couldn't have killed Otto. More importantly, I can't let Peter endanger both the library and the monks. I need to work quickly. The yellow flower. Familiar with the flower, the marsh marigold, and told me it grows in the area around Saint Satia's shrine. I should speak to Nico Berger at the Golden Hand and see if he or his family have heard anything from the people around town about Otto's death. I can find his land house in the meadow just outside of town. So I guess we found the person we needed to talk to immediately. She was the closest one. So, okay. Well, is there anyone else in the Abbey I needed to talk to? It was Florian, but that was about the flowers, so I don't think so. We're gonna focus our attention on the town. So for now, we go to the inn, to the land house, which is here. Oh, hello, we have Joshua. Not quite Joshua. Nico. Master Mahler, is there anything I can do for you? Nico, have you heard anyone in here talking about Otto's murder? It should probably be on anyone's lips. Not just talking about it, but... you know. Yeah, you know. Exactly. Like they had something to do with it? Oh no, I think I would remember something like that. Then again, I try not to eavesdrop on conversation. I don't want to get yelled at. Or worse. But maybe you could find more luck talking to people. Beer always tends to loosen people's lips. Buy around for everyone and you can have the run of the place. You'll be here a while though. Interesting idea. Maybe later. Until then. That's kind of a loose lead. It's gonna take... yeah, that's gonna take too long right now. I don't have much time. Let's, Ah, Killian, you're Nico's son. Okay. No wonder I didn't recognize you, remember you. Lenhart, sure, because we're near the mill. We're basically one step away from the mill. Hello, Klaus? Paul? Sorry, did your dad murder anyone last night? Miller House? Are you in here? Staub. Hello, Lenhart. Ah, Andreas. It appears you're caught up in another murder again. Quite unfortunate timing for you. That sounds like an accusation immediately. So let's go with this. Let's be a little bit softer. If I can find the real killer and prevent more bloodshed, maybe it's a good thing I was here. Yeah, just stall them. Either they will see the errors of their way, or the Duke will send soldiers to Tassing. As a show of force, that will quench the peasant's bloodlust. If you say so, he's not wrong though. I do. In any case, if you get tired of investigating, my door is open. If you'd like to join my family for a meal or see the mountains, just let me know. See the mountains? Yes, for a brief hunt. Hunt? Yes, for deer. I might be able to help you get some perspective on the situation. I mean, I'm investigating Otto's murder. A hunt hardly seems appropriate. Yeah, if it would help, I can tell you what I know. And I know a fair deal. What do you know? No. Come hunting with me and I will tell you. Oh. But he's kind of the best lead I have, isn't he? Alright, fine. Wonderful. You'll have to leave the boy behind, though. He will slow us down. I understand. Caspar, you can stay here with Paul until we return. Or he could go do some investigating. Alright, master. I have a crossbow and he has a gun. Okay. I think at this point in time I trust crossbows more than guns, because weren't the first guns very unreliable and very inaccurate? How is the climb suiting you, Mahler? It's a bit more challenging than I was expecting. Ah, the worst is over. There's only a little way to go. And look on the bright side, you can just roll downhill when we get back, on the way back. As you can see Tassing there, we see the mill, we see the ruins. So I guess the abbey is somewhere behind this rock. Rest for a moment and let me know when you're ready to continue. An invitation to hunt. I can see all of Tassing and Kirsau from here. I probably have enough time for a quick sketch. Okay, we do a quick sketch. Despite all of Tassing's troubles, it looks peaceful from up here. Why is this so hard? It's like my mind just wants my hand to stop. Have you lost your love for drawing? I can't even draw something as beautiful as this valley. Ah, useless. What a waste of time. What's this? Snow in June. In some parts of the Alps, the snow doesn't melt until late summer. Ah, all that space devoted to fields. It's a pity we need the peasants to work them. And there's the abbey. Why do you hate peasants so much? Gods say they're worthless, but they do necessary labor, I suppose. Even so, they're filthy brutes, idiots to the last, fit only to toil. It's hard to really think of them as people. Oh. Damn. How did you develop such contempt for them? My father taught me that if you try to help a peasant, they'll only drag you down into their muck. Like a dumb cow stuck in mud. It's best to leave them to their fate. Still, their women are of some value. Jeez. Don't misunderstand me. They're as stupid as the men, but they do have some charms. When they're young, of course, they age like buttermilk in the sun. Well, what does it matter to you? You're a married man. Andreas, marriage is for raising children, keeping a household. There's nothing wrong with enjoying fruit from a tree in another man's yard from time to time. When I thought I couldn't like you less. Given your contempt for them, I'm surprised that any peasant women would lay with you. Their husbands are fumbling oafs, fat, ugly, and stupid. Some of them don't even know what the touch of a real man should feel like until I've been with them. Oh, jeez. As for the rest, they're easy to convince when there's a poor harvest year or when they're behind on their taxes. Ew? Because it kind of sounds like you're paying them for sex? You are such a piece of shit. Your jealousy is showing, Mahler. The truth is that they all want to be with me. Further comments are unnecessary on this piece of fucking flaming shit. They just need an excuse to ease their conscience. I'm regretting going here. Yeah, that's something I'm sure you've never been burdened with. I don't need Father Thomas to tell me when to feel guilty, Andreas. Neither do you. Well, that's enough talk for now. Are you ready to head up? No? Yeah, let's continue. Deer come through this clearing at all times of year. There's a natural blind up ahead. We can watch from there. I have to admit, I didn't think much of you when you were last in Tassing. Poor artist and all that. Well, that's interesting, because I didn't think much of you either. Still don't. Ah, don't act like we're not alike, Mana. We've both made something of ourselves. Yes, but I've been doing painting and you've been kinda forcing the peasants to pay taxes slash probably in poor harvest years, either paying the peasant women for sex or just saying that, well, if you fuck with me, I'm not gonna take any taxes this time around. Either way. Holy shit. 7 years ago, you were boarding in a rundown peasant's hovel. Now you're a master, running your own workshop in Nuremberg. Men like us make our own fortune. After a bit of wandering, in my case. You know, I severely dislike him, but I have to keep a somewhat pleasant tone, or he might shut up and this would just be a complete waste of time. It doesn't matter. What's important is that you arrived there eventually. Peter Gertner will toil the same field his father did until he drops. Big Jorg will do the same. Mostly because they're not allowed to do anything else, or they're not allowed to amass any kind of money to be able to move the hell out. Peasants ask for the world, but they can't even comprehend what's outside their tiny plot of land. Where's this conversation leading? This rebellion by the farmers, it won't go anywhere. Whether it ends peacefully or violently, they won't win. If they need a scapegoat for Otto's death, look to Martin Bauer. Why would he want to kill Otto? Martin didn't want to support Otto's little rebellion. He was quite happy with the way things were. Something changed recently. I think Otto learned something about Martin that Martin didn't want to get out. It was dire enough to change Martin from resisting Otto to wholeheartedly supporting him in front of the town. How fortunate it is that you were eating with Werner and Baltus when the murder happened. No, let's continue down this road. That's it. What evidence is there? Find some. If Otto find out, others must know, or at least have suspicions. Shh, get down. He's there. See him? No? You lead. I'll follow. Oh, there he is. Okay. Hi. Oh. Right about there. Ah, I should have aimed a little higher. You missed me by inches. I heard the ball fly past my head. Yeah, better that than hearing it hit the back of your skull. I'll admit it's not the most accurate weapon, but it hit the target in the end. Oh, what a privilege not getting my head blown off by my hunting partner. Oh, relax, Muller, you're fine. Let's find the stag. It can't have gone far. I think it's dead. Ah, it seems my shot was fatal. Sure. A good day out. Now then, let's find a long stick to carry the deer. Like this stick right here. Oh, yummy. Ah, it was a good hunt. Thank you for coming with me. Ah, thank you for inviting me. We both have an interest seeing the situation with the peasants resolved quickly. Think about what I said about Martin. I will look into it. I'm glad to hear it. Good luck, Andreas Mahler. Well, shit. 12 hours remain. Locust bar. Only 12 hours. And all we have is Martin. Well, that's, I guess, my fault for going along with the whole hunt thing. Didn't give me as much as I hoped. 12 hours. The bell is tolling. It's kind of time to eat, maybe, but we're not gonna do that. We're leaving this episode here. We're gonna... I guess we're gonna have to go talk to Martin next time. See if there's anything behind those rumors. There's also the whole Otto proclaiming he had the backing of God. We need to kind of maybe look into that too. Or maybe it has nothing to do with this. Is it really Martin? The guy who ran past us didn't look to be as big as Martin. Oh well. We'll hopefully find out eventually. There's still the whole thread puller guy, the puppet master, the notes writer. Will that have nothing to do with this? No use wondering about it now. We're just gonna have to forge forward, see what we find. But for now, like I said, leaving this here. As always, thank you for being here and thank you for watching. It means a lot to me that you're here and watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Please take care of yourself, be kind, and I'll see you around sometime.